Have you ever tried making your own board game? Well, I'm going to tell you about one that we made using items found at a dollar store in this episode of Little Big Thumbs. My name is JP, aka Big Papa Thumbs, and you might notice that things look a little bit different behind me today. And that's because we are visiting family for the summer, and so we need to do things a little bit differently. But we're going to keep things going, and today we want to talk about a dexterity game. Now, you probably know that we love our dexterity games, and we've got one to tell you about today that we made ourselves using items found at a Canadian chain of cheap goodies called Dollarama. And it's all based on the sport of dodgeball. But before we get into the game, I do want to tell you that at the end of this video, we've got some news about the channel as well as a brand new board game giveaway. So stick with us to the end. And until then, let's go take a look at the table. The two main items used to create this Dexterrrrific Dodgeball are some stacking blocks and some colored cubes. The stacking blocks are going to be our players in the dodgeball game, and I've asked my little ladies to help me paint up a couple of teams of players. As you can see here, my team is yellow, and I've given my players some quick and easy jerseys, some unique little faces and hairstyles, and a player number on the back. Big Bean went with purple for her team, and I think Little Bean might have been going for Team Potpourri. We also need to paint a couple of our cubes. Since we already have a yellow team, I'm going to take these two yellow cubes, adding some purple paint to 3 of the 6 sides to match our purple and yellow teams that we just painted. And with that, our teams are ready to dodge some balls. The goal of Dexterrrrific Dodgeball is the same as real-life dodgeball, and that is to pummel the other team until one team is completely eliminated. Last team standing wins the game. Each team should have 3 players and will need 2 cube dodgeballs. Roll one of those balls to determine which player will start the game. Place our 2 dodgeball cubes in the center of the table with the players approximately 1 hand length away from those balls. Once every player is in position, we are ready to play the game. Turns in Dexterrrrific Dodgeball involve taking one of 2 possible actions. You can either move one of your players or throw one of the balls. To move a player, first pivot your player block so that the wide edge is facing the direction you'd like to move, and then perform what we're going to call a dodge roll. Place the piece down on the table and stand it back up on the opposite short end. Once that dodge roll is complete, no further pivoting is permitted. At the end of each movement turn, play passes back to the other team. Your other option in the game is to throw the ball. To do this, first check to make sure there is a ball within your reach. Much like the dodge roll, your player can pivot in place and lean forward or backward. If any part of your player can touch one of the balls, they can pick it up. Stand your player back up in the same position it just lunged from, and place that ball on top of your player. It's entirely possible that your player may be standing on their head and holding the ball with their feet. That's just the nature of Dexterrrrific Dodgeball. Now, pinch the base of your player with one hand, and with the other flick the cube in the direction of your choosing. If the ball knocks over an opposing player, that player is eliminated and must be removed from the playing area. As long as the cube ball remains on the table, check to see which color is face up. The matching team takes the next turn of the game, which means that the active team may wind up taking several turns in a row, or the momentum might suddenly shift in the other direction. However, if a thrown ball falls off the table, the other team now has the chance to catch that ball. If they successfully scoop it, that causes a major momentum shift, otherwise known as a 2-player swing. The thrower is removed from the playing area, and if the catcher has any eliminated players, one of them may now return to the playing area within 1 hand length from their edge of the table. It's important to note, players may never reach over top of the table to catch a ball. This is called a foul, which gives the opposing team the next turn, regardless of which color is face up on the cube ball. Side note, when playing with younger players like my own Big and Little Bean, we leave out the ball catching rules, which means we don't play with a 2-player swing or those fouls we just mentioned. Whether you're playing with the Junior League rules or the full version of the game, play shifts to the opposite team if a ball ever falls off the table. That team can place the ball, again, anywhere on their end of the table within 1 hand length. Play continues this way until one team is completely eliminated, and friends, That's how we play Dexterrrrific Dodgeball. If you have any questions about this homebrew prototype of a game, please let us know in the comments of this video. And now, let's go on to the channel news and notes section along with that board game giveaway. Okay, it's time for some LittleBigThumbs channel news. As you might know, the most coveted, illustrious prize in LittleBigThumbs land is the Golden Thumb. These are games that we believe are equally fun for both little players and big players. And the news is that going forward, anytime we award a game with the Golden Thumb, we're going to give away a copy of that game to one member of our LittleBigThumbs family. Not only that, but we're going to go back in time and give away a copy of a previous Golden Thumb winner. The game up for grabs is another Dexterrrrific title called Kabuto Sumo from BoardGameTables.com. There are 3 steps to enter this contest. Number 1, make sure you're subscribed to LittleBigThumbs on YouTube. Number 2, like this video. And number 3, leave a comment either on this video or on our Kabuto Sumo video, which you'll find linked in the description below. Your comment could be a crazy game idea you've had trapped inside your head for far too long, or maybe a legendary pro wrestler you'd like to see in bug form competing for that World Insect Wrestling Championship. We're going to randomly determine a winner and announce who gets the big prize in our next LittleBigThumbs video, which should come around in about 2 weeks. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we hope you'll join us again soon. And remember, whether you've got little players or big players, make sure that you're playing games that make your thumbs go way up. Bye for now.